black skin, white mask. Already know that life gets hard. And they say that we're used to the harshness. If it wasn't for the pain, I'd laugh. Truth is we knew about light before dark. Turned music to art and taught everyone to dance. And still no chance. Freedom must be too much to ask. Bleeding from the ache in my heart. Sometimes I wish it was whites in the middle like France. No, I'm not racist, just jarred. Got hate before bush, not plants. They say we should leave it all in the past, but my brother's still dying on the end, so I can't. So if my attitude stinks, don't ask, cause a hashtag won't help you understand my stance. Fuck a melody, this is real rap if you ever see. Head hot, cause the system won't let me be. Tell me how I thrive in a place that don't cherish me. And they wonder why we all need therapy. Pre the energy, yeah, just another nigga to Penelope. And they don't get it how we bottom of the barrel and still drip sauce on the world, no recipe. Weight of the world on my shoulders, all the pressures in life still tightly holding. We pour libation for all of the fallen soldiers, but the pain still goes unspoken. They want us to stay broken, never gonna fall, fuck folding. I see my people lost hope, shit, don't you know we all been chosen.
We are oppressed, we are exploited, we are downtrodden, we are denied not only civil rights but even human rights. So the only way we're going to get some of this oppression and exploitation away from us or aside from us is come together against the common enemy.
Forgive me if you don't understand. Sorry, I'm just misunderstood. Punished if I try take a stand. Meanwhile, my friends dying in the hood. And you can say that we're killing ourselves, but truth is they're killing us still. How you saying black lives matter but never took a moment to help? Just a trend that you post for yourself. And yeah, it takes a toll on my health, cause I want wealth like everyone else, but it's 10 times harder for me. And they wonder why my brothers put food on a scale. Yeah, when I die I'll see heaven, that's real. Cause we already living in hell. Wish I could share all the pain I felt. Oh well, I guess I won't speak till my scars do heal. I just wanna be black with a mill. Yeah, that's for every time I had no meals. Cause my mother couldn't keep up the bills. With a handful of kids, no home, just a cell. And I don't care if conscious don't sell. Knowledge brings height to an elf. Went from sitting on thrones to a cell. Been blessed, man, it wasn't by chance we fell. Weight of the world on my shoulders, all the pressures in life still tightly holding. We pour libation for all of the fallen soldiers, but the pain still goes unspoken. They want us to stay broken, never gonna fall, fuck folding. I see my people lost hope, shit, don't you know we all been chosen.
Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Yeah, this is real life. Kaa kimya skia. Real talk. We're coming from the ghetto. Kinondoni, Dar es Salaam, Tanzania mpaka UK. The world finest. Yeah, pambana kijana. Life is too hard, life is too short. Shao kwa nangu wote ghetto. Usikate tamaa. Jua kwamba ipo siku tutatoboa. Tutatoka. Gang for life.
I am the true name, true name.
Blessed love, blessed love, blessed love. His time is up. Family, blessed love. What a weird number them low tonight, because I'm not doing passer as far as they're concerned. I'm not spilling the beans on anyone. I'm talking about something that is actually really serious. Blessed love, people. Bless up all of the big time soldiers. I want to give a good, big, warm shout out to all that have donated to the Hurricane Melissa effort. And also, there's particular people. I've got a sister in whose daughter is here at the moment in Kingston, and she's been really helpful. She's assisted as well. And we've got one or two other people in the His Time Is Up family that have made really concerted efforts to target their own families, which I'm going to be helping with. So look out for that. I'm going to be recording the journey. I'm going to be putting it up. We're just going to be dealing with this because you know what really concerns me, His Time Is Up family, is the fact I'm getting reports of women and children, lone women and children, baby mothers that are there in the rubble with their babies, their children, and there's still predators that are coming in on them because you don't have to come in on them because they're sleeping in the open air on a pile of rubble on top of the one mattress that they could save. These are the kind of things that's going on in Jamaica right now. So I just want to kind of chop it up, give you guys a little bit of an insight. At Aries, who's got a spanner? Is that Mother Aries? Who's Aries 7198? WhatsApp me, please. Because you got a spanner and I'm not sure who you are. You shouldn't have a spanner if I don't know who you are. You'll probably change your name. Identify yourself. At Aries 7198, identify yourself. Because you got a spanner in my works. There's a spanner in the works. Please WhatsApp me. Please WhatsApp me now, because I don't know, sometimes people hack, don't they? They can hack into a live and get a spanner and start going in with the most. So I don't know who else is in here. I think Hurricane Toya, are you in here? You guys hear me? I'm not seeing any response. Blessed love, Hurricane Toya. I can see you're there, my sister. I can see you're there. Who's at Aries 7198? I'm not proceeding until I find out. Because they've got a spanner. They are a moderator. So I need to know if it's one of my sisters that have changed their name or if we've got someone hacking in, please. Can you guys assist me? Where are you? 1 minute, guys. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. This is very bizarre. Very bizarre. 1 second, guys. All right, I think I'm getting a message coming through. Yeah, all right, cool. All right, bless up, sis. I kind of thought it was you still, but I just had to make sure. Because I've not seen that name. I've not seen that name before. I have to keep security tight, you know? If we keep security tight. So, okay, we can proceed. Bless up at Aries. Blessed love, blessed love, blessed love for jumping on. Guys, the levels, that's where I was in my head. The levels. There's so much that needs to be protected. It is about food. It is about water. It is about clothing and sanitary protection and toiletries. It's about all of those things. But what really concerns me, first of all, there's going to be an outbreak of something terrible like cholera if they don't clean up those waterways quite soon, because there are places that are still underwater, still waterlogged. There is sitting, disgusting water just sitting about. And we all know what that means, don't we? Cholera outbreaks, which is, what are we in the 1700s? Like, what is going on? What the hell is going on with Jamaica? So that needs to be addressed, as well as all the other issues, and as well as the fact that the people are in trauma. There are psychological issues that are raging right now. You know, you're seeing big man bawling, which is always an indicator in Jamaica that something is you know, seriously needed to balance the people. When you see big man are bawling, there are people that are still being perpetrated on. There are children that are still being abused, and it's open season when it comes onto that type of shit. You know, you just go behind a pile of rubble with a ute and take them there and do what you need, because everyone's attention is distracted. There's still perpetrators out there. There's people robbing the aid on the roads. Sick, disgusting, demonic individuals. That is all going on. So the level of work that needs to be done is beyond rebuilding. Nature will put itself back, I'm pretty confident of that. I don't know how long it's going to take. There are parts of places that are just completely and utter devastation. But I'm going to go back over some images that I posted on Instagram earlier on in the week, so you guys can get a look at the district that I was in, the district that I have family there. I have family all over Westmoreland. So tomorrow I'm going to Darliston, I'm going to Savlamar, I'm going to a few other places. I was in Bluefields the other day, and Belmont and those places. We have family all over, as well as Montego Bay, as well as all over the island, So we're doing bit by bit by bit. We can't reach everybody at once. I'm a one-woman band. I'm not any of those artists that can get a crew together, a team and trucks and all of those things. And my heart is heavy that I can't do that. I'd love to be able to do that, or be able to even be funded to do that, but that's not going to happen. So we give thanks for small mercies, and we make small impacts where we can. At the end of the day, when I go up into the district that I go up into in Westmoreland and see my family, it doesn't just impact my family, it impacts the people around them. It impacts those in their village, because those you can't go to one set of people and give them and pass the others starving on the road and don't give them. Not in my books anyway. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to be doing. The attention has shifted from everything that one was focused on, everything that I think most people were focused on, has now shifted to the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. But I want to kind of deep dive a little bit more into what I believe actually happened, because I do not believe it was a natural occurrence. You speak to any of the elders over here, they do not believe it was a natural occurrence. And I actually had a video of a set of man them talking on the ends, and I accidentally deleted it. I didn't have my glasses on and I was out and I needed space, and I just deleted it, which was a shame, because I wanted you guys to hear that organic conversation coming out of deep Jamaica. Nobody believes, absolutely nobody believes that Hurricane Melissa was a natural occurrence. And when you're there, the camera cannot give it justice. Every time I look back at my own videos or I look at other videos, it cannot give you the scale. You have to be here to see it. You have to see the scale of the devastation with your own eyes in order to see the full impact of what has happened here. It looks as if the landscape has been burnt out by a forest fire. It doesn't look like a hurricane. It doesn't look like winds. Those trees also are not bent with the vegetation stripping off. The trees aren't bent. Why aren't the trees bent? If the wind stripped all of that, surely those trees would be bent. Some trees are bent. Some of the palm trees are bowed. But to be honest, the palm trees are not quite as stripped as the rest of the vegetation, which is more about food and, insulating the place with all the trees. The forests are gone. What does that do to a landscape when you take down the forest, right? So there's some odd little things about it. A lot of the elders are saying, there was no thunder and lightning. And there's another thing that I found interesting, because I actually Googled that around the time when we were experiencing it. And it was, it was saying one thing. I've Googled that today. If you Google that now, it will tell you that hurricanes don't come with thunder and lightning. But I swear I read around that time that it does. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But you know what? Whether it does or it doesn't is irrelevant. You explain to me how the trees have become so barren. I don't understand. Let's have a look at the Instagram. Let's have a little look at that. And for those of you that don't have Instagram, which I know a lot of you don't, and you haven't got Facebook, you just come here on a Friday to see it. So let's have a little look at the Instagram. Beautiful Westmoreland. It's ravaged. This used to be plush vegetation. Oh my god, look at this destruction. Huh? Onto the trees. Oh my goodness. Every house is mangled. Some of the big ones have survived, but they still ain't got no roof. So, this is too much. Those were plush green hills, people. Look at that. Stripped to the bone. Oh my god. It looks apocalyptic. Jesus Christ. Look how beautiful Westmoreland. Wicked. What they've done to us. People look at my beautiful, beautiful Westmoreland. It's ravaged. Oh my god. I'm now driving up. We've managed to make it. We've been driving all day. We've managed to make it up into my people's district. I'm just hoping that we can get up the hill. This is utter destruction. Utter destruction. Oh my god. Praying so I can make it up into the hill. Look at this. Guys, I saw a post recently with actually this area, Bluefields, before and after. So I'm going to try and find that for you guys. Give me a moment. Because you guys need to understand, like, unfreaking believable. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Oh, I just saw it, actually. Yes. Yeah, let me try and find it. That post there. It's the only channel that I've seen that's captured that area, that particular area, because it's a tiny little hamlet in the Jamaica. Bluefields is a small town. Here it is. Give me a moment, guys. I had to run that twice because you can see the level of People, what actually does that? What has the ability to do that? Because they're even discussing at the moment. I don't know if you've been keeping up with things from a scientific standpoint, but they're basically discussing at the moment whether or not they need to start another category, because category 5 hurricane was the absolute highest. You get no more than that. And because of Melissa, they're saying that this is off the scale, that they need to actually perhaps create a category 6 or even 7. You're damn right, because there's nothing that exists on the planet in nature that caused this. I'm so angry. I'm so angry. And I don't want to hear nothing about conspiracy theory, nothing. It's what you see with your own eyes. As they say in Jamaica, there's something not normal. It's not normal. It is not normal. Do you understand? This woman is asking what's happening with the safe house in Nannyville. Thought you had that locked down. Why can women stay there? Don't like the tone of the question, really. But yeah, women no, because we need to fundraise to make that house habitable, my sister. Sometimes people ask things, it could be just in the writing, but they asked it with a certain tone that feels to me like you're judging. And I'm not having none of those behaviors. And not only that, the whole place is in shock. We need to locate those women. I am one woman. Have you donated anything, Lisa? The tone is everything. Thank you, Jesse. Is it just me? Put up a 1 if you think that at Lisa 0990's question has a little tone to it. Put up a 1, or is it just me being hypersensitive? That me one, no. You guys, tell me if I should take this wrong. Is it just me? Thank you. It's not just me, is it? Go ahead, Lisa. Yeah, if that wasn't your intention, then you need to kind of work out how you communicate your intention differently. Anyhows, yeah, that's the argument. That's the argument. You see these people that are just here to troll in this time when we're dealing with this sensitive issue, who are here to troll or try to pick holes in things. Fuck off. I don't know why I'm telling them. F the F off, out of here. There's people dying in our land. People that are dying because of the powers that be. This was not a natural happening. And we still, you see, Ono, you lot bit, people, I despair. You see, Ono, you're the people them, if you were over here, that will be there in the rubble still trying to nonce people and rape women. You kind of people with your mindset. Somebody else said something the other day to me. I had to tear someone a new ass, because you know what that person said to one of my family members? And now the people are going to start beg. Hello? You see certain UK black people that think they're in a privileged position and cozy up themselves. Watch little from this. That is what I'm telling you. Watch little from this. Remember, you heard it here on the 7th of November, 2025, that England need to, when it comes on to black British people in England, those that are up their own arse and too bougie to care about their own people back home, watch and see the demise of the UK and how your backside will have nowhere to run because you've never invested back in. Watch and see. Remember, I told you guys, innit? As my mother used to say me, I got mark it 10. Watch and see. I hate certain attitudes that we've got. I cannot stand a house Negro. I really can't. I really can't stand a house Negro. What do you mean, and now them I go beg? How dare you? For your own people. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. But let me tell you who's controlling this. This was a geoengineered weapon produced by HARP, delivered by the Americans and funded by Europe and the Americans, because we've just sat down on a whole load of resources in Jamaica: oil, silver, gold, copper, new deposits, commercial deposits, ready to go. And they also understand the waking up and the consciousness and the stirring up of the people, because that's what's going on across the black world anyway. You know, see, Africa Arise. Jamaica had just joined the new AFRICOM alliance. You say, oh my God, I just asked a question, but you have to be careful the way that you ask questions, my sister. Do you understand? You have to be careful, my darling. You really do. That's what I said. If that was not your intention, then please learn how to state your intention and express your intention in an appropriate way. I wasn't the only one that read that wrong. So no harm done. It's all love, same way. Yeah, those are the powers that be. Those are the people that have attacked us. Whether you want to call it conspiracy theory or not, I don't have time for those conversations. If you ain't vibing on the right vibration and you don't know what time it is, then I'm not interested in having a conversation with you, because it is evident. Those trees, man, you saw blue fields. It is known, it is iconic, it's known for its plush fields. You know? It's known for its plush fields. It's known for that, you know? So for it to be stripped down to bare nothing with no fire or anything, I really don't understand. I don't understand what's going on, guys. But let me show you what's really going on in Jamaica and what I think is happening, because it hasn't escaped anybody here that meanwhile, while everyone's focused on Hurricane Melissa quite rightly and the aftermath quite rightly, the American military have quietly snuck into Kingston Harbour. They were in Trinidad before, because America's looking beef with Venezuela, and Trinidad hosted them, and Trinidad got drawn into, by proxy, a war with Venezuela or a threat of war with Venezuela that they really don't want. And I remember saying to myself, I really hope that blasted, they call him Sweet Pepper Nose Boy, Andrew Holness, is not going to be dealing with Jamaica the same way. Anyhow, so so said, so done. They're snuck in. And every day when you go to Kingston, they've got these US military helicopters flying to and from, in the name of aid, obviously. But the Americans have been looking a footing back in Jamaica, or a base in Jamaica, ever since the Chinese came here in their numbers. Chinese have always been here historically, but the new wave of Chinese doing business with Jamaica, they weren't happy about that. So now they get to come in and sneak under the guise of aid, which the easiest way to control a man is to cause his suffering and then stretch back your hand to say like you're helping him, as if you're the savior when actually you're the author of his demise. You understand me? That's true sabotage. And that's what they're doing to us, these Americans. I captured one of them today, actually. Let me just show you guys very, very quickly. basically trying to show you guys that right there they are, the American fucking military landing down in Kingston. Can you guys see those motherfuckers right there? Ask me what they're doing. They're not far from base camp in Kingston. That's the American military. They've come talking about aid, but is it really aid though? Because they're hearing numbers flying up and down all over the island. Watch them. Those are not JDF helicopters. Those are US military helicopters. Very prolific in Kingston right now. Motherfuckers. They're flying at Nannyville. Base camp is not far from here. Bastards. Where are they? I can hear them, but I'm hard. Very sinister, guys. Very sinister. All right, Lisa, you don't have to keep justifying yourself. The tone of your first comment felt as if you were trying to whatever. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to over justify it. I said sometimes when you write things as opposed to saying it, people can misunderstand. This is why I don't like to text people. I like to have conversations. Do you understand? So comments can be misconstrued. I said, but if you didn't, we get a lot of trolls in here, Lisa. You have to understand that. So I was trying to figure out, is she a troll that's trying to be sarcastic? Because there was a certain tone that felt as if it could be. All right? You don't have to keep justifying, Jano, in the comments. You have to fill up the comments with all that you've done for the country. Like, seriously, you don't. Honestly, as I say, if I was wrong, then you need to be able to understand that how you wrote it was miscommunicated. That's it. End of story, right? So anyway, you guys can see who's responsible for what is going on. No, I didn't see any goods. I've not seen any goods. You know, I've not seen it. I don't know. They're just flying around. I don't know what they're doing. And I don't see them along the route. There are no soldiers on foot on the roads. I didn't tell you to fuck off, Lisa. Stop dominating the thing. It ain't all about you. I said people, yeah, like that should F off. Is what I said. I don't know you, Lisa. So I didn't tell you to F off. And I'm not really in the mood, to be fair. If you don't like it, jump off, really. If you're offended, jump off. I'm not in the mood to placate anybody who wants to make it about them. It is not about you. If you can't get the sentiments of what I'm saying, then actually fuck off. Seriously. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. I'm just not in the mood. You just keep making this about you. I'm not talking about that. You're in the comments making it all about you. Well, do you know what? Yeah, take it how you want to take it, my sister. But right now, all I ever get is bullshit in my comments. People trying to infiltrate it. That's what we're used to. And your comment made you look like one of them. That is it. Do you understand? Like, why? Thanks, Jose. Like, you're making it all about you. Poor Lisa. Poor Lisa. Afua was a little bit rude. So what? Get over it. And stop flooding up my comments. Do you know? You think I'm in the... Yo, where's my moderators? I don't deal with her now. I can't deal with them tonight. I can't. It's not about you. It's so not. It's so not. I'm not doing my usual format. Right. Thank you, Jesse. Even the level of poor me is actually starting to make me feel away as well, because this person obviously doesn't get it. Anyway, let me not make it about them for true. So what is it that's causing this? Who knows about HAARP? Put up a 1 in the chats if you've heard of HAARP. HAARP, capitals. Who's heard of HAARP? Put up a 1. Let me see who's heard of HAARP. You guys heard of that? Spelt just like that, in that format? Okay. See how many people. Come on, everyone participate, actually. So I can get an idea of what I'm dealing with. HAARP. You heard of HAARP? Quite a few people's heard of HAARP. Nice. Nice. So look, we're going to have a little bit of a look. Very quick whistle stop. Elementary look at heart, because it's a deep, 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 deep thing. And I don't know, put up a one if you guys remember a Tomorrow's World episode back in the day where they actually were talking about weather modification. Do you remember Tomorrow's World that used to tell you, inventions about event? It was a program that was about inventions that were to come, inventions in the future. And they showed how you can create a weather cloud, and it was on years ago, and everyone was like, "Oh, this is really good," not understanding the full implications. And we all know that whatever we see happening has already been happening, or they've already had that technology for at least 50 to 100 years before we are aware of it. We all know that already, right? But let me share something with you guys that I came across today that kind of breaks down what HARP is quite in a very simple way. Hold on.
Do you want to give people an overview of geoengineering? For the new people who are listening, we've got a tremendous number of new people who have joined our group in the last few weeks. What is geoengineering all about for the new people a lot of new people who want to know what this is and why it's happening? Can you give us an introduction?
Yeah, again, the term geoengineering, aka chemtrails, the layman's term for what we see happening in the skies, but this is weather modification on a global scale. In fact, these programs are so large and so all-encompassing that all other weather modification programs that go on a smaller regional basis are they're negated by the scope and scale of the global geoengineering programs. And these programs involve a number of aspects. You have the saturation of the atmosphere with various chemical and metal particulates. And there appear to be various purposes and objectives with this saturation. In conjunction with the saturation, which ionizes the atmosphere, it makes the atmosphere more conductive, we have the HARP facilities, High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. These are ionosphere heaters. Many have heard of the HARP facilities. There's not just one or two or three. We believe there's at least 18 around the globe, possibly with 3 more being built in Antarctica right now. And once the atmosphere is saturated with these particulates, and then you add the ionosphere heaters, the entire weather system globally is virtually being thwarted. There is no natural weather at this point, and we really don't know what sort of climate conditions we would have necessarily if these programs were brought to a halt. And they desperately need to be brought to a halt because the saturation of the atmosphere is thwarting the hydrological cycle. It's totally disrupting the rain cycle. Again, we have the artificially nucleated snowstorms, which I just mentioned. You can't go from 100 degrees to snow in one day without a whole lot of help. This includes jet stream manipulation with the HARP facilities, and we are not guessing at this. We have monitoring sources for this signal, and we can see where the signal is most intense, and that's what steers the jet stream. So then you add artificial ice nucleation, which is a chemical nucleation process. They can turn what should have been rain into snow and drop the temperatures of these storm systems by this artificial chemical nucleation. This isn't sci-fi. This is hard science fact. The weather disseminating agencies are trying desperately. Their task, and they're all owned at the very top, it appears, by the Rothschilds and or other parts of the global elite complex. Rothschilds in particular ownership of Weather Channel, Weather Central, Weather Underground. And it was imperative that they own these agencies, otherwise there would be great discrepancy in trying to explain away these events.
I'm talking away, and I haven't unmuted myself. Typical. I wanted to say, Lisa, thank you for apologising and clarifying. Thank you very much. I also apologise for my shortness. I haven't had a lot of sleep. I'm run ragged. I'm very concerned and all the rest of it. So these are always bad mixtures, aren't they? And as family, we must be able to have a little tear up, kiss and make up, say sorry, and keep it moving without it being any kind of hatred. So bless for that. Thank you very much. Thank you, my sister. Thank you. And I don't need anything. I'm fine. We are fine down here in Kingston. Not a problem. If I need anything, it's a donation so that I can help other people. On a personal level, in answer to your question, no, I'm fine. Thank you very much, sis. Blessed love. And that's how you do it. So thank you, Hurricane Toya. That's it right there. That's it right there. Actually, as you said that, let me share just, I'm going to go soon, guys, because I've got more supplies to get, and I didn't get everything I needed this morning. And, on a Friday, especially in town, you got to move a certain way because you're going to get caught up in a whole heap of traffic and a whole heap of scrum and queues and whatever when you're trying to do things. So I'm going to go soon. It's a very short live. Just wanted to highlight a few things for you guys. Yeah. But I want to end actually with this little poem that somebody put out. I can't find the guy. I'd love to find him. It's a beautiful piece of spoken word, and it really encapsulates the Jamaican people, the resilience of the people, the resilience of the island. Let's not forget Jamaican history. Jamaica was, without question, the island that had the most slave uprisings and slave uprisings and rebellions across all of the Caribbean islands during the slavery days. We are the most rebellious slaves. We are the ones that will raise up and tear up and cause problems for them. So they're going to come for us first. But the point that I want to make is that somebody said also that, this is part of the New World Order. It's the start of the New World Order. And yes, that's exactly what it is. Emphasis on the word world. World. Across the world, we're going to be seeing more and more unrest. We're going to be seeing economic breakdown and fallout. We're going to be seeing natural disasters increase. Like the Bible says, wars and rumors of wars and earthquakes and whatever, in storms in diverse places. There's all kind of signs, the entire world. So I keep saying it to people. You've got to choose where it is you want to spend the Gideon. And me personally, I would rather spend the Gideon amongst my people. Thank you very much. Not in a concrete jungle. I'd rather spend the Gideon somewhere where I could actually have the opportunity of going off grid into the natural world, disappearing and trying to hedge my bets and chances that way, rather than being stuck in a concrete jungle where they control the food source and so on and so forth. To me, it's just not rocket science. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer, So that's it. And I had a little bit of a discourse with one of my friends, my personal friends, who I was having a conversation with about what's going on. She was checking on me, am I all right, blah, blah, blah. And she was saying, oh, have you seen, I've seen what's going on in Tanzania and now this in Jamaica, like, does this mean you're coming back? Huh? What do you mean, does this mean I'm coming back? Do you really believe, my sister, and I said it to her at the time, I'm saying it again on air, I'm not going to say your name. Do you really believe that where you are in the UK is safe? Yeah? You got a special kind of thing coming your way because it's a special kind of unsafe over there. Yeah? So carry on with that. But yeah, we had a little bit of a set to over that. Of course I'm not coming back. Why would I? I'm gone. I will be back, of course. I'll be back for visits. I'll be back for business. I'll be back for maybe even a march if I see it's fit. Yeah. But I will not be residing there. By the grace of God, no, I will not. Thank you. One of my neighbors is actually a soil scientist, environmental science. Yeah, he's one of them actually. He's from Honduras. And he was breaking down a few things, one or two things for me. Thank you. The UK is done. It is so done. And we're on a journey, We've been through a lot together in the His Time Is Up community. And I know I'm going to see more and more stuff going down over there that concerns me, that I need to address. I haven't gone anywhere. You know, my thing has always been online. So I've just moved location. It doesn't change the agenda. It doesn't change what is important to us. It doesn't change all of those things, you know. It doesn't change anything. And as I say, we're global Africans. We can be anywhere at any time by the grace. But there is going to be a lot of unrest rolling out. There is going to be a lot of happening. There's a lot happening. And let's not even start to talk about, have you guys seen what NASA is tracking at the moment? Sorry, before I get to that, I need to answer that question in the comments. But why Jamaica though? Why Jamaica though? Jamaica and Haiti's always known that it has rich deposits of gold. Jamaica's just discovered its rich deposits of gold, and it sits in the same region. Jamaica is also a strategic point in the Caribbean. It sits in strategic waters. Think about it. China is doing big business. China and Russia is doing big business with Jamaica. They're moving in, they're owning things, they're sponsoring this and that. America is their enemy, but they have taken over Jamaica to a certain extent, the Chinese and the Russians. They now sit in Jamaica and have a strategic vantage point where they can actually aim a gun at their enemy, which is America. Miami, Florida is literally 1 hour plane ride from Jamaica. Yeah? Venezuela is in beef with America. Jamaica's in the middle. Guyana is another place, has gold, and is in those same waters. We are not Eastern Caribbean. It's not Trinidad. It's not St. Lucia, Dominica, you know, Barbados, St. Vincent. It's not that. It's a different part of the Caribbean that sits very close to South America, which are the enemies of the US. So they want to bring Jamaica to ground zero so that they can fly themselves in. Uncle Sam comes to save you with aid, and we're going to send our military for search and rescue. But actually, they're not. They won't leave. I promise you, those people will not leave at the end of this mission. They won't leave. They got their foot in the door now. So when you say why Jamaica, that's some of the reasons. There are many. There are definitely many reasons, my sister. Definitely many reasons. And now they're not going to sit down on it. So you can see how we will get drawn in by proxy into a fight between China, America, potentially Russia, when it has nothing to do with black people in the flipping Caribbean. You can see how this is going to happen, right? But like I said, it's a Gideon. It's going to be world over. England is very, very precariously placed at the moment in terms of Russia striking them, along with the Ukraine conflict that is escalating by the day, and then you've got the Israeli position. I don't know, see where I go on in the earth. The Bible I fulfill, as my grandmother used to say. 3 Atlas, there it is. I literally was going to say it. Is that my Sean? Is that our Sean? Put up a 1, Sean, if that's you. People changing their names on me. It is you. Why is everyone changing their names today? Blessed love, sis. 3 Atlas, my sister. Thank you. Now, some people will say that 3 Atlas is the mothership, which Revelation in the Bible describes, especially if you extend in Revelation and you read the book of Enoch. 3 Atlas. Have you guys been tracking that? In the midst of all of this that's going on, everything that we've spoken about, you've also got, it's been going on for a little while actually, this huge vessel, that what appears to be a vessel, at first they thought it was a meteorite that has come to wipe out Earth, but it isn't a meteorite. It's a vessel that they cannot identify. They say it's alien. Yeah? Some people would say that that is the mothership, that I call it the mothership, which is what the Nation of Islam would call it. It's known by many things. Some would say it's the watchers that are on their way to end this thing. You understand what I'm saying to you? I don't know what's going on with that, but I just think it's very kind of timely that this thing is showing up. We also have to be very mindful of what the scripture calls the Great Deception, which is going to be something where they try to simulate, probably through Project Bluebeam, look it up, the happenings, the prophecies. They will try to simulate it themselves. So I don't know what they're up to, but something is afoot. Something is afoot, guys. And on that note, people, I'm actually going to leave you. I'm not even putting the link out tonight. I do have to go on the road now. It's getting kind of late over here. It's like 5 p.m. coming up. And if I don't get on the road, I'm gonna miss the boat with certain things. As I said, I've got some supplies earlier on today, and there are one or two things that I need to go and get now. And I need to get them because what's happening is that those who manage to save their vehicles in the hit areas, of course, they're all coming to the capital to get supplies. So a lot of things run out quite quickly in town at the moment, and there's extra supplies coming in. It's all very desperate, all very desperate. There you go. They're going to pretend Jesus is coming back with Project Bluebeam. I reckon I know what time it is. People, I'm going to see you guys next week for sure. Look out for the bulletins along the way on Instagram, Facebook, and here. I need to start uploading more on YouTube. And I'm going to be putting in some members content as well. So look out, all you faithful members. At last, you're going to be seeing some members content this week coming up, all right? So blessed love, my family. Blessed love, and I shall see you guys next week. Pray for me. I will be on the raggedy roads tomorrow all day. I'll be uploading video once I return because there's no coverage up there or anything. And it's literally radio silence. If you needed to call for help, you couldn't do it. But that's what the people are facing every day, and we will not let it deter us, all right? So I shall see you guys next week here on Afua Speaks Community Conversations. Blessed love, family. Blessed love.